That brave. Sounds like he's suffering.
Yes. It's only a matter of time before he passes on. I've seen people die before, but never in such pain. I want to be strong like you, but nothing I do comforts him. I don't even have any dream willow to ease his pain. There should be some in stashes along brave trails to the east, but I must keep vigil for this man. I don't suppose you could check the stashes? Even a little dream willow would ease his pain.
What's good, YouTube land? The Ultimate Form here, back again once again. Today we are here for episode 7 of our Let's Play of Horizon Zero Dawn. I realised that my mic was muted when I initially did my intro. My bad. I didn't wake up long ago, so I'm still tired. Anyhow, we are here. We have now left the Embrace. Aloy has been made a Seeker, and that means we have to go around and help the people in the settlements outside of the Embrace. In this episode we're going to go do a few little bits and bobs here and there. If you haven't watched the last 2 episodes, please make sure that you go do that, because you'll get a lot of context for what we're doing now. And there's a lot for us to do. The world has pretty much opened up for us, so let's do it.
You said that you wanted to be strong like me. I take it you know who I am?
I do. I know a lot of people didn't want you in the Proving. But if you hadn't been there, everyone would have died. Shows how much we know. The very person we needed was someone the tribe never wanted. I wish I could borrow some of your courage now. For him.
You don't need to borrow what you already have.
I hope you're right.
How did the man you're caring for get hurt?
He was one of the war party, wounded in battle down the ridge there. He was too weak to be carried back to Mother's heart. So they brought him here. I'm supposed to comfort him, but all I can do is whisper. Tell him to think of his mother's smile.
Could you see the ambush from here?
I heard it. Explosions and screams and the howls of machines like monsters. That's what he keeps groaning and muttering about. Machines like nightmares ripping everyone to shreds. If only I could calm him. Help him forget all that and go to All Mother in peace.
Tell me what you need again.
Dream willow. An oil made from the bark of water willows that brings sleep and numbs pain. My supply is gone, but hunters keep it in stashes along brave trails, out of reach of beasts and machines. There should be some left in the stashes along trails to the east.
You're young for a healer, aren't you?
Yes. I'm still learning the basics. But all the true healers are busy in Mother's heart. Besides, this brave is beyond healing. What he needs is someone to stay with him. And that, I can do.
I'll check the stashes for Dream Willow if I get a chance.
You will? Thank you. My only wish is to ease this poor man's suffering.
So I hope everyone's having a good day. It's a lovely Monday, and it's in the weather's getting way better, way more bright and sunny after the almost week of storms. Ooh. Okay, they give me the rest of the stuff. Okay. Never mind. And the adept armor's at my disposal as well. Okay, we will deal with that later because I need to go get materials. As I was saying before in one of the other episodes about fast travel packs, you can make them and you can buy them. So always keep an eye out for materials if you're playing this from scratch. Obviously, if you're playing this in New Game Plus, you don't necessarily have to deal with too much of that stuff. Oh, and another thing I need to talk about are treasure maps. So there are lots of collectibles in the game. I don't think that stuff carries over, does it? Does it carry over? I don't think it carries over. It doesn't seem to carry over. I mean, that's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. But you can carry treasure maps that show you places of interest that give you all of the collectibles in the game. You can buy the maps outright, or you can go and scavenge for them yourself. The maps are helpful, but they do sometimes cost a bit. But you'll come across vendors who will sell the maps, and it's particular ones as far as I understand, as far as I remember. So every time you see a vendor, have a look, see what you can find. So see, this one shows us where the metal flower is and the vicinity of other things. As we explore, because we'll be going up east before we head to Mother's Crown. Yeah, it pretty much highlights all of them across the entire map. So as we move east, we will collect those as we go. I won't show all of them. Some of them I'll do in my own time between episodes, but if there are interesting ones to get to, like the Banuk figures, I'll probably show them as we go along. The metal flowers don't really become interesting until later, but we will definitely talk about metal flowers. Metal flowers are one of the most interesting things in this game and relate to some of the oh, there's a training dummy on that side. I didn't even notice. Yeah, those are interesting things that we will get to eventually. Aloy's use of a spear is amazing. Let's talk to Jan.
You're Aloy, aren't you? They say you've been made a seeker with rite of passage from the Sacred Land.
Yes. To track the killers who attacked the Proving.
I can't imagine leaving All Mother's protection. But my sister Nakoa is like you. Fearless. She went north to find a Karja officer called Zaid, one of the captains of the Red Raids. He's dangerous. I'm really worried about her.
Did the matriarchs really give Nakoa permission to leave?
No. They refused her. But nothing could stop her from going after Zaid. He murdered our father during the Red Raids. Nakoa saw it happen. Hid in the cellar and forced herself to watch. It changed her.
You could have gone with her.
Leave the Sacred Land and be purged from All Mother's eternal memory? No. I begged Nakoa to stay so she could avoid that fate. She said she didn't care. I don't know. Will she really be cursed for avenging our father? It seems cruel.
I don't know how to answer that question, Jan. I
lived
don't.
in the Embrace during the Red Raids. What was it like out here?
For 10 years, the Karja attacked without warning. Devils like Zaid butchered braves and kidnapped civilians for blood sacrifice. It all ended when the mad Sun King died. The matriarchs say his son wants to set things right. But that wasn't enough for Nakoa.
I'll keep an eye out for her.
Oh, Mother bless you. I know the matriarchs won't let her return to the Sacred Land, but I just need to know that she's all right. She must have passed through Mother's Crown. My Aunt Salai lives there. They might have spoken. Maybe she can tell you more.
It's definitely things for us to do. Let's prioritize insult to injury, which is our side quest. We do have a main quest, 2 main quests, but we'll do those eventually. We do also have a bandit camp in the Long Neck and the hunting grounds. Let's do insult to injury first. Check those caches because it will take us back towards where the
All Mother, hear my prayer.
where the Hunter's Lodge is, and the Hunter's Lodge is somewhere we want to go. Also, we can pass back and get that metal flower. I kind of vaguely remember where that one is, so let's see if we can find it and get it. We will go down that hole eventually, actually. Something I need to do. That shouldn't have hurt me. Aloy, roll it off.
Trail. Should be a cache of dream willow up there.
You sell special models.
Raw said there. There's good machine hunting across the river.
I always forget how to go up this rock. Don't mind me, grazers, don't mind me. And there's a turkey. Oh, it's here. There it is. I knew it was on this side. Woo! Oh, hey, game,
They're
don't...
scanning for me. No dream willow. Just a few shards.
So this should take us past the hunting grounds. So you will get to walk through it, and it should hopefully take us past it. It's better we don't go on foot, because we might not necessarily be fast enough. I do love how the light changes. The light engine they use for this game is phenomenal. Oh, almost going the wrong way. There is a bit of like flicker from the light,
Dream willow along that brave trail.
which is a bit awkward. The brave trail is up here. Just gotta remember how to get across. I haven't done this in a while. Nice cat jump. Nice. Oi. Nice, Aloy. Your parkour skills are impeccable.
Strange. Looks like someone swapped all the dream willow in these caches for shards.
Then where do we go? I guess we go back. We might as well fast travel because running back would just be long. I am still looking for things to discuss about the Nora tribe, seeing as we're still in Nora territory. So if you have any questions about the tribe, please let me know in the comments below. I do want to kind of have this thing where I'm being really informative. And if there's things that the game doesn't necessarily tell you, then it's okay. But I should be able to explain other things. She looks a bit angry.
I've already been to those stashes. All I found was a few shards.
That's strange. Who would have taken the dream willow? It's possible that Jun has gathered more. You could ask him, if you're willing to make the journey.
You say someone named Jun might have some dream willow?
Yes. He may be a recluse, but he helps the tribe by picking herbs and brewing medicines. The problem is that he lives west of Mother's Crown, and the machines in that region are troublesome.
What sort of machines?
Scrappers. And sawtooths. It's quite dangerous.
I'll be on my way.
Goodbye.
Cool. So let's hold that for a second, and we can quickly look for that metal flower. So you could drop from that high alloy and roll it off, but before you couldn't? Come on, girl. Let's have a quick look for that metal flower. Come, my mighty steed. We have a metal flower to seek. Gotta be careful of those grazers. Those grazers hurt.
Another signal.
No, it's just the same one, Aloy. Bye, Nil. Bye, Nil. So, you might be wondering why we're collecting metal flowers. It's weird to explain and kind of awkward because the metal flowers don't necessarily make sense. Fox skin. So the metal flower should be in the vicinity here. There it is. So they're a metallic construct that acts like a flower.
Now what were you
Interesting.
doing out here?
So I already collected one already, but let's have a look at these metal flowers, what it says about them. A metal flower of unknown design, possibly used to promote seed germination, included an embedded code fragment. Trade sets of these flowers in Meridian for valuable rewards. That doesn't really tell you much, but just know that these metal flowers may or may not be part of the system. It suggests that they are here to promote seed germination, but that might not be the only mystery that these flowers hold. And I think I'll leave it there. So let's quickly go to the hunting grounds and deal with that. I think it's 14, I believe it's 14 flowers. So, shouldn't be too many, but we do have to go down here eventually, so we're going to be in this general area for quite a while, because we still have to go to Devil's Thirst as well, but I do want to show off as much as I can. But at the end of the day, it's all interesting. Some of it adds to the world, some of it adds to the story.
Wherever these machines are made, could find a way to override them there.
And the camp should be up here. These machines need to chill out, man. Cool, so welcome to the, I guess, the Nora Hunting Lodge. It's a great place for us to train and get stronger and learn how to use our equipment better. That's the main thing these hunter lodges do. They just teach us how to use our arsenal better. So that's sort of the keeper.
I spoke to Kren. He told me this is a hunting grounds where you offer tests of skill.
Poor Kren. Not the best hunter, but at least he keeps his chin up. You bear the mark of a seeker. I've heard of those, but never seen one. You have the Matriarch's leave to come and go as you like from the sacred land?
Yes, but I would have gone even without their permission.
Is that so? Then maybe you and I can speak plainly. Truth is, I've had dealings with the Karja. I represent an organization called the Hunter's Lodge in Meridian. We test promising young hunters with trials at places like these. You might be just the kind of person we're looking for. Why don't you sample the trials and see? Just to be clear, though, I'd appreciate it if you kept our conversation in confidence, especially when it comes to the matriarchs.
You're not supposed to be here, are you?
No, my friend and I left the sacred land and returned. The matriarchs wouldn't approve, to say the least. We're hunters at heart. Left because we wanted to find new herds and new machines. That's why the Hunter's Lodge appealed to us. But the Carja wouldn't have us if they knew we were Nora, so we wore Carja clothes when we brought our marks to them. After a while, it felt like we were caught between worlds. Not quite Carja, not quite Nora. We started to miss home. So we came back and set up our own hunting grounds.
You think it'll work? Staying here without the matriarch's permission?
I'm not sure. But we don't believe in their rules. There's a big world out there, and ignoring it doesn't help anyone.
Tell me about the trials.
The Hunter's Lodge hosts hunting ground trials throughout the world, each offering hunters a chance to test their skills.
What do I get for completing them?
Pride in accomplishment, as well as marks, depending on how well you fare. Here, we offer the tools trials.
What kind of tools?
Hunting isn't just about your bow. It's about using everything available to you, even your surroundings. You'll see once you start taking the trials.
What is the Hunter's Lodge?
It's a group of hunters who compete to bring down the mightiest machines in the land, run by the Carja in Meridian. You can see it yourself if you win 3 half-suns from the hunting grounds. Just to warn you, though, they're not fond of Nora. Take your pick. Which trial
So let's do the
Test your
blast
skill
alone.
with bow and arrow by shooting parts off the backs of grazers as quickly as possible.
So
I
let's
like
accept
that.
the trial.
Slide down a rope and I'll start timing.
So we need to make sure we have all the equipment that we need. We're going to rely on high tear weapons to get these pieces off. Before sliding down, always do a quick scan of the surroundings, see where the machines and the herds are. That way you don't miss out on things you might need. And there's 2 training dummies around here I need to take out.
Goodbye, quiet approach.
Have to follow the herd really carefully. Oh god, he flashed me. Directing the herd kind of becomes your...
Here they come.
Oh gosh, they are so far away. Oops, that didn't do a lot of damage.
Gotta follow up.
So tear arrows are a great tool to use. Obviously you wouldn't have it at this point of the game, so I'm kind of making this look terribly easy, but you have access to the sharp shot arrow, so that will be your main way of utilizing the tear stat. So I kind of just made that look really easy, and I apologize, but it is literally the best weapon. So even if you take the time, get the tear arrows, or get a bow that has tear arrows, and then come back and do the trials, that will be the best way to guarantee you're getting the half suns and the full suns.
How'd you? First time, and you win a blazing sun. You're good, even for Nora.
I literally just have everything I need to do. The hard one, I feel, is the log pile, but I'll do the rest in my own time for this place. And I'll probably do the rest for the other ones, unless it's one that I think everyone should see. So in the meantime, we're gonna leave this place for now.
Come back.
And we'll come back. I'll come back in my own time and do the rest of the trials. But that was your example of the Hunter's Lodge. Yeah, definitely something. If you're playing the game yourself, something you should do to get an understanding and grasp of your arsenal. So what was we gonna do next? So that's done. That's done. Let's go here. Because there's something interesting here that I think you guys should see. So I was meaning to go and get go to the ruins inside the Embrace, but I kind of forgot about it. I don't know. I did explain it before, but in Aloy's youth, she fell into an old ruin that lies not too far from where she lives, and that's how she got the focus. And it was an old base, or like a living area that some of the old ones ended up dying in during the mass extinction event that occurred, which is why the world is the way it is. We'll talk more about what happened and the particulars of that event when the time comes, because it's really important to understand, to have the relevant context given by the game. I don't want to like shove information where it's probably better suited somewhere else. Is that Hour Strider? Oh no, it's not. What to say? I've actually forgotten what we called our Strider. When we get other machines, when we use other machines, give me names for them. Where is it gone? I should be right on top of it. There we go. Okay.
I wonder what's down here.
Always be careful. Yeah, if you drop straight down, you probably land. I think there's water below, but like you'd probably kill yourself if you missed it. So this is the ancient armory. We will be coming back here not periodically so much, but you would have to come back here to kind of figure out more things. And it should give us, yes, there it is, another ancient flower, so metal flower. Most of these ancient ruins are based on particular things, and this one in particular grants a very powerful piece of armor, but also gives us information about some of the stuff that happened in the past. So let's sort that out. So we have to get inside. I vaguely remember doing this, remembering how to do it.
I haven't seen one of these since I was a little kid. Red light. I'm not getting in. These devices are missing power cells. I'll have to find power cells to get these to work.
So we're not going to repair all of them, any of them now, but we're just going to make sure we get the quest step and move forward. So we need 2 power cells for that breaker, which will get us to the other side. But it's this I'm trying to scan, because I should be able to scan it from this distance.
From the age of the old ones. But how do I get to it?
And there's chests on the inside and everything, so there's stuff for us to do. Just can't get to all of them now. And the game gives us the hints for the door, but we only have 1 for now, but we will get others as we go along. Just thought I'd show this place off now rather than later. Hunter's Lodge. Let's go do Devil, or start doing Devil's Thirst. Let's go start doing that. There's an ancient vessel on the way, so that will be good for us to do. Once we get to Devil's Thirst, then I'll probably end the episode there, and then you guys will have to wait for tomorrow for more. Haha! Ah! Sorry, that was my impression of a Mandark laugh. If you know who Mandark is, you're my age, and you know your tings. If you're too young to know who Mandark is, then I guess you need to ask your parents, because your parents will probably know. Sounds like my sister's home. Yeah, let's head towards Devil's Thirst. So that is the War Chief stuff. Yeah, we're gonna keep heading kind of eastward. Do Devil's Thirst, and then when we do that, I'll probably come back down here and do this. This is an interesting thing. I want to show that. Make sure I show that off in due time. Just make sure my health pack is relatively full.
Enough.
Let's ride. I'll be back now. I'll be back now, don't worry, I'll be back. I just want to go over here real quick. This is the marker for Devil's Dust. We're going to head into the area to get this ancient vessel. Ancient vessels are really interesting. I like what they did with these. Let's be careful.
I must be closing in on the signal.
Oh shit, the wrong arrows. Yeah, is that blue? No, that's white. I need the green drop. I need the green drop, game. I need the green drop. Cool, so we should be able to come in here. Ooh. There are watchers.
No turning back.
In your eye. If I'm not mistaken, oh look at that red light, I love it. It should be somewhere below us. Need a watcher heart. I'm trying to remember where it is. I haven't done this in a while. The game should show me where it is. Ancient debris, there it is. Ancient debris. Just what we're looking for. Just what we're looking for. So ancient vessels will be hidden in piles like this. And all the ancient vessels are actually cups. So we can have a look at this one. I think I missed one. But each one tells a significant story. And again, like the ancient flowers, they can be handed in for extra rewards. A cracked and battered vessel, once dear to the old one, seems to show the terrain of the Gatelands, and this technically would be the area that we're in. So we have a tall neck. We have a tall neck, and to get into Devil's Dust, let's sort out the tall neck first, and try not to get killed. If you're familiar with other open world games, they normally run a tower system. That way you can you have to kind of work to open up areas of the map. Tall necks are a type of machine that we are going to run into quite a lot, and do have some sort of plot significance as well, because tall necks are machines that are used in the not trans-communication system. No, that would be technically also correct. Damn it, blue is what? Not blue, it's white. There you are.
Looks just like Ross described. The signal must be coming from its head. I need to get up there.
So tallnecks. So tallnecks are... Oops, wrong thing. Notebook. Machine category. Tallnecks. Tallnecks are, if I remember my notes correctly off the top of my head, because I haven't got them in front of me, are recon and communication class machines. They would have been first wave machines, or rather second wave machines, that were built by the system, air quotations, and were used to aid in the communications between machines and the infrastructure of the system. I know I'm being really vague, but there's no way of me talking about this without somehow spoiling aspects of the story if you're just watching the playthrough and not playing the game. So I excuse my vagueness. Where is the climb point? Oh, the climb point's in there. So you can't just climb up them. Whee! Nice, Aloy. Oops, wrong button. You can't just climb up them, and they're completely impervious to damage. So we have to climb up to get to where it is.
Okay, Aloy, now what?
Climbing up is not difficult, but I have to figure out what I'm doing, and I don't need watchers alerting things to my position. Climbing the tallnecks is like the one thing I find super fun. I'm gonna miss it. I missed it. No.
Should be a good spot for jumping onto the tall neck.
Missed it. I'm gonna have to wait for it to come back. So tall necks are pretty much impervious to damage.
Can't even make a dent in that thing.
Yeah, and my arrows just bounce off, so there's not really anything you can do. I could come around the other side actually. Hoo-yah! Just have to wait for it to come round. Tallnecks have this large dish on their head, which is a radar dish that allows them to communicate and transmit information. When Aloy overrides them, running start. There we go.
Okay, time to climb up to its head.
She can get map data that's funneled through her focus. The way that they design the tallnecks, they have differing climbing patterns, just to make it a little bit more challenging as you go along. And I love this animation, so I'm gonna shut up and let her do it.
Just give me a moment, then I'll be off your back.
So the tallneck will literally implant.
So the tallneck remembers everything along its path and sends what it sees to other machines.
And vice versa. It goes both ways. So now that you see the map, the fog of war clears, and it will show us stuff that we didn't know was there. So it will show us all this area, and all of this area as well. There's lots of things for us to do, as you can see. This goes all the way up to the cut, so it's a long way for us to do things and get stuff done. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to show off in this episode. In between episodes, I'm going to do the rest of the hunting lodge stuff and collect some of the collectibles. I will probably do the vantage points with you guys, and I'll do everything else on my own. And probably show a few Banuk figures. Once I show this area off, I'll probably do the rest of them on my own, unless there's something interesting that I have to fight in those areas. Spoilers, I have to fight things. But with that, I think it's time for me to go. If you liked what you saw here today, please make sure you like, subscribe, ring that bell to get notified of more content coming your way. share with your family and your friends. I've been your boy Lan, the Ultimate Form, and I will catch you cats later.